Hello, good people. Welcome to Reality Check Daily. I'm your host today. My name is James. On this video, I'll be discussing on the reasons why I went for a 21-day fast. Actually, before I discuss that, I'll first of all delve into why do you fast. As I am a born-again believer in Jesus. Jesus is the Lord and Savior of my life. So I didn't actually fast before I was born again, but after getting born again, and just devouring scripture, being intimate with God, I just started fasting. So fasting is something that God requires us to do. In Matthew, it says that when you fast. So, and it goes ahead and shows us how we should do it. That we should apply oils on our face so that we don't look like it is apparent or evident to everybody that we are fasting and everything. Yeah, it goes ahead and says, when you pray, this is how you should pray. Go into the secret place. Go into your room. Lock the door behind you. When you give, do not let your right hand know what your left is doing. So all these things, prayer, fasting, and even giving, are things or doctrines or principles that we should practice. So fasting, I believe, is a practice that every believer should do. Just like you tell your children, when you go to bed, brush your teeth. So it's like an expectation of what they should do. So when Jesus says, when you fast, this is how you fast. Yeah, so yeah, it's something that we should do. It's not, Jesus did not say if you fast, but when you fast. So it's a requirement that we are supposed to fulfill, and not just religiously, but it's something that we ought to do. I don't want to delve into the benefits of fasting, but I have created more videos concerning this subject. And because it's a doctrine that I practice, intermittent fasting, water fasting. Yeah, so in this video, I'll share why I did a 21-day fast. And for the 21-day fast, I was mostly just taking water. I would take a cup of tea in the morning and in the evening. So the environment was different, because when I do such kind of fast, I usually go to the prayer mountain. I went to Heaven's Gate Prayer Mountain, and I took time just to pray, fast, and seek the face of God. So that is how my 21 days of prayer and fasting were. Now I'll delve into the reasons. Reason number one, intimacy with God. The main reason I usually fast and pray is just to seek God. When I read the Old Testament, the books of Judges, Kings, Chronicles, I saw a certain pattern that all great men of God inquired of him. If any king was great, they inquired from the Lord. Actually, amongst the people who inquired from the Lord most was David. It actually shocks me that when they come back to their place and they find that their wives, their children, all their belongings had been taken away, in that place of anguish, that the people were in so much distress that they even thought of stoning him, David still took time to inquire of the Lord, and God told him to proceed, and he would be able to overtake them. So I try to make it a culture to inquire from the Lord, so that I don't make mistakes that I would have otherwise avoided. God has a manual for my life. The Bible is the manual for my life. He's able to instruct me in righteousness, train me in righteousness, instruct me in the way I should go, and deal with my heart. So prayer and fasting is one way that I am able to seek God's direction concerning my life, that of my family. Prayer and fasting is also a way that I build intimacy. I love the scripture that says that whoever comes before God must believe that he first and foremost exists, and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. So you just taking time, setting apart time, sacrificing everything else, and just seeking God through prayer and fasting, he is able to minister to you, not only to your needs, but minister to you. So it is never in vain to seek God. It is never in vain to seek God. I have experienced answered prayers in the place of prayer and seeking. I'll actually be sharing my testimony about all the, not probably all, but the things that God has done in my life just through practicing this doctrine of prayer and fasting, because there are numerous things that I have experienced. I have experienced His lifting. I have experienced His grace just by Him instructing me to do this. And also God in that state also kills some desires that I had. The first reason I fasted for 21 days is intimacy with God. Yeah, it is in the place that it is in the state of prayer and fasting that I am able to hear clearly from God, that I am, the atmosphere is very different. I am able to discern the voice of God. I am able to hear the voice of God clearly, because just like you'd be searching for a station on the radio and there are a lot of frequencies. Sometimes there's noisy, there's no clear frequency. So in the place of prayer and fasting, you are able to hear the voice of God clearly. You are able to cancel out all other noise. When you withdraw and tap into the presence of God and just inquire from God, you are able to hear Him clearly. And if there's something that I have made my life a mission, is inquiring from God, because inquiring from God causes you to manifest victory in all facets of your life. I don't like making decisions by myself. I like to have the counsel of God, the direction of God, so that I am assured of victory. So that's one of the things that I have learned from great men in the Bible. Kings, judges, and men who are used of God. They inquired from God. So it is in that state of prayer and fasting that I am able to hear God's voice clearly, and it is of great benefit to me and to everybody around me. So prayer and fasting is something that I delight in, and is something that I take up just so that my life is smooth. And whenever I've not inquired from God, or whenever I've trusted on my own wisdom and understanding, I have found myself to be in messes that I would have otherwise avoided. So it's something that I try my level best to cultivate, to make it a training, that I don't rely on myself. I have to inquire from God. Do I make this decision? Do I do this deal? And every time I have done that, I have experienced a lot of grace, a lot of breakthrough, because where the Lord leads, there is sufficient grace. The second reason I fasted for 21 days was to detox my body. So prior to that, my body was very sluggish. I was experiencing burnout. I was also feeling ill. So I wanted to detox my body, just because I reckon that as human beings, we eat a lot. We eat a lot. And this would probably be because there's a lot of abundance. We have fridges where we store food and everything. I would sometimes actually go to the kitchen and I'm not feeling hungry, but the aromas, the sweet smell of foods will cause me just to snack, just to eat, even though I'm full. Sometimes we actually eat while all we need is a glass of water, because sometimes when the body releases this communication, you could be feeling hungry, but it actually would be resolved by a glass of water. So I don't want to delve into the science of it, because I know there's a lot of evidence in what I am saying. So the body lacks the time to just relax from all the digestion, from all the activities. So in that place of prayer and fasting, I would be able to let my body just breathe, just detox, and clean out itself from all the toxins, from all the waste, and from all the disorder, so that now I am able to perform at par. The third reason why I fasted for 21 days was to heal my body. So just as I explained in the second reason, which was to detox my body, different fasting spans have different benefits. Let's say if you fast for 21 hours, there are benefits that you accrue or your body gains, as opposed to one who fasts probably for 3 days, for for a week, and so on and so forth. So my minimal, majority of the time when I want to heal my body, my minimal fasting period is 3 days, which is equivalent to 72 hours. So the prolonged fast that I did, that is 21 days, allowed healing in my body. There is a lot of scientific evidence concerning healing and fasting. Yeah, so in that state of fasting, you are since all other things have been shut down, which is not all other things, because you're breathing, you're alive, but what I'm speaking about is digestion. So your body is mostly able to focus, whether it's an injury you had, so it's able to be dealt with. Yeah, so after the detox happens, there is a lot of healing. Actually, you start experiencing healing after detox, because there are impurities, there are things that have been in the body. You have probably not been eating, you have not been taking a healthy diet. So after that detox, you almost instantly start experiencing some healing. So some of the healing I experienced was H. pylori. So I had been suffering from H. pylori, and after the 21 days of prayer and fasting, it was actually completely gone. And this was a great delight and joy in my heart. The other one was IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. I was diagnosed with IBS as well, and I was completely healed in that state of prayer and fasting. I had mild depression. I was completely healed, and so many other things, psychologically, physically. So actually right now I have been having a regular workout routine. The fourth reason why I fasted for 21 days was to do a cortisol detox. So cortisol is the stress-causing hormone, and it's mostly stored in the belly area. And I was going through a lot of stress because I was working, overworking, and yes, just stressed up with work matters. And I would be in such an environment for so long. So I was feeling overwhelmed, I was feeling stressed up. There were times that I would wake up in the morning and just go to my office. And when I'm on the desk on the computer, I just feel overwhelmed because my to-do list has so many things to do. I have so many expectations to meet, and I don't know where to start. So that confusion causes anxiety, and it causes your body to start producing a lot of cortisol. So I noticed this because I would not start snacking. Yeah, I would not start snacking, especially during the night. Yeah, I don't know, for some strange reason, whenever, and I would crave things like pizza, mostly starch. So my stress levels were very high. So my cortisol levels were so high as well. And even my belly area, my belly was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And this I can attribute to not only the overeating, but to the stress. So I wanted to detox the cortisol from my body. And amongst the best ways to do it is through prayer, is through fasting. And since I do not just fast, I combine it with prayer. It was something that I wanted to do. So the fifth and final reason why I fasted for 21 days was to fix my circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm is generally the natural body cycle, which entails your mental, physical, and even psychological states or changes that the body goes through in a 24-hour span of time. So the circadian rhythm mostly affects your sleep. So I had a skewed circadian rhythm. This actually was very severe because I was suffering from insomnia. would find that I would lay my head in bed. I would go to bed, and majority of the time I would actually go to bed past midnight since I was overworking or stressed up. Yes, so yeah, I had a very skewed sleeping cycle. I was actually bombarded with so many thoughts. So when I was in bed, I would just find myself contemplating about ideas that I should implement. Yes, and so many things, so many thoughts, like my brain was working on overtime. So I would find myself just waking up, going and watching football highlights and some comedy stuff, just to relax my mind and to ease my mind so that I do not overthink. Some of the factors that interfere with your circadian rhythm are lack of physical activity. In my case, whenever I have a regular workout routine, especially in weight training, I am able to enter that deep phase of sleep in a very small span of time. And that phase is very critical because there's a lot of melatonin that is produced and everything. So you are able to enjoy, to recover and to enjoy. And to enjoy your sleep. So I would find that I would not enter that REM sleep. So I would be disrupted because now during the day I would be groggy because now I'm sleep deprived. And this I was actually going on for so long, even when I was tired. I would still find myself just lacking sleep. Yeah. So what I have trained myself nowadays is that weight training helps me a lot, so that if my body is tired, my mind starts shutting down. Yes, I minimize the use of gadgets, social media, and even watching the TV at night. So yes, those are some of the things. So if you want to fix your circadian rhythm, you need a regular sleep pattern. You need good exercise routine, so that you are able to enter that deep phase of sleep, that REM sleep. You're able to get quality sleep. It doesn't matter the duration of time you sleep. That quality sleep, that entering the deep phase of sleep, that is what really matters the most. And exercise is very beneficial and crucial in doing that. Another thing that disrupts the circadian rhythm is when you eat. Avoid eating and snacking before bed. It disrupts your sleep, and I would find myself doing that because I was worked up, and I would find myself snacking. Actually, all that time when I was watching TV, I would actually binge watch while eating. So if you find yourself binge eating at night, that is a red flag, and it will have a ripple effect on so many facets of your health and your body. So that was the fifth reason that I fasted for 21 days. And I must say, I have more clarity and focus nowadays that I have a regular workout routine. Yes, and that my stress levels are low or are normal, because stress is also something that is good for us. It helps us to focus and to achieve our goals. So stress is not necessarily a bad thing. Yes. So thank you so much for watching this video. Those are the reasons that I knew that I had to fast. And I have done a lot of videos about fasting. Yeah, because this is something that I practice. I do intermittent fasting, I do water fasting, I do prolonged fasting. Yes, it's something that I practice. So if this is the kind of content you enjoy, if this is the kind of content that you love, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever we release new content. Stay blessed. Thank you for watching.